Live from Fargo and serving you on TV, online, and on the go. This is Valley News Live at 5.
We're following a developing story for you tonight out of Barnes County. That's where the North Dakota Bureau of Criminal Investigation is looking into 2 unattended deaths. The first incident was reported this morning near the Steele County-Barnes County line. The second was reported this afternoon near a cemetery south of Sanborn, North Dakota. Right now, there's no word on whether or not the 2 deaths are related, but deputies say there's no threat to the public. Stick with Valley News Live as more information develops on this story.
My heart actually kind of sank because that's really sad. The middle school kid just got hit.
A student on a bicycle collided with a vehicle this morning by Liberty Middle School in West Fargo. When we first told you about it this morning, several parents commented on social media saying that area is way too dangerous. Valley News Team's Rose Itzkovitz visited the scene to check it out.
West Fargo mom Amanda Jacobs says her son's almost been hit at this intersection several times. Writing on Facebook, "Knew this was going to happen one day." It happened around 8 o'clock Tuesday morning. A 13-year-old boy collided with a vehicle while on his bicycle just outside Liberty Middle School. The West Fargo Police Department says the student actually struck the vehicle with his bicycle and not the other way around. The school telling us the boy was walking and talking afterward with just some bumps and scrapes. One neighbor tells me she's not surprised to see the incident happen near this area of the school.
I've noticed there's a lot of younger kids, I would say like my age, and they actually come scooting out of there pretty quick. That's the most common place I'd expect a wreck.
The crosswalk connects the school to this apartment complex.
I was driving Uber a couple of days ago and I actually saw a couple of college kids in their car and just doing some donuts and like just speeding and stuff around here.
The parents are very cautious about where they're gonna drive and how fast they're gonna, especially because this is a middle school. And then up here, they don't really notice it's a middle school because they're right on that corner, I would assume.
Neighbor Marissa Condren echoes many parents' comments on social media, saying there should be flashing lights to make drivers more aware.
If there's gonna be a crosswalk right there, I think there needs to be more of a light fixture to show that there's kids walking in the morning.
Meanwhile, some parents upset they found out about the incident from the news rather than the school. Now, West Fargo Public Schools says due to the low level of incident, the schools did not send out a blackboard message to the parents. In West Fargo, Rose Itzkovitz, Valley News Live.
The city tells us if parents want to see more signs or flashing lights at that crosswalk, they can submit their suggestions to the city and the city will evaluate the situation. To read more from West Fargo Public Schools on the incident, head to our website and click on this story. Crime is on the rise in Fargo, according to the statistics released last night by Fargo Police Chief David Todd. Taking a closer look at the report, some of the largest increases have to do with property crimes. Burglaries were up 19% last year, while thefts from vehicles up 7%. And Fargo police say they correlate the rise to the large addiction problem in the valley.
They've just got bad choices because they don't know how to get out of it. And so they don't have stable income. So a lot of the property crimes, the theft, the minor robberies is truly to allow them to gain access to money to, feed their addiction.
We have a copy of the 2018 crime stats on our website, valleynewslive.com. There is nothing wrong with a little breeze if it comes with near 70-degree weather. Hutch, how's our evening looking?
Well, the evening's looking pretty fair for most of us. The wind is something I think we will all contend with as we go through the evening, and the quietest of the winds is off in the trees of Minnesota. Your wind is likely to increase. Where the winds are stronger out to the west, look at the temperatures soaring into the mid-70s in the capital city of North Dakota, 69 in Fargo. Some rain showers up along the Highway 2 corridor and points north. Not all of this is reaching the ground, but a few of you may have a light dose of shower activity to total less than 1/10 of an inch in all likelihood. Flood warnings continue up and down the Red River Valley, but as we go to the north, most of our rivers in the south are receding quite nicely. Grand Forks, that is taking place as well, but the river, the Red, has yet to crest in Pembina and will continue to be problematic north of Grand Forks. 60s for the entirety of your evening. As you can see on the Skycam, we do have some clouds moving in, but the sprinkles should stay to our north. Likewise, I think they'll stay north of you in Grand Forks this evening, but we do have some cooler weather to talk about, Andrea, as we go through the next 7 days. We'll do that here in just a few moments.
All right, thanks, Hutch. A Richland County judge will now decide whether a wrongful death lawsuit filed by the parents of a young informant found in the Red River will go to trial or be dismissed. Andrew Sadek's parents, John and Tammy Sadek, filed a civil wrongful death lawsuit almost 3 years ago against the Richland County Sheriff's Department. Andrew's body was found dead in a river with a bullet in his head and a backpack of rocks tied to his body. Their complaint states that the county failed to train Andrew to perform undercover operations and failed to reasonably supervise him. Attorneys for Richland County argue that the Sadek's claims don't hold up, and they're asking the judge to dismiss the entire case and cancel the jury trial set for July in Jamestown. After almost 2 hours of deliberations, the judge ended the hearing and will issue a decision at a later date. Some more good news for the child thrown from a third-floor balcony at the Mall of America. Doctors say the child doesn't show any signs of brain damage or swelling. According to the pastor at the family's church, one of the boy's doctors called his recovery truly a miracle. Doctors have reportedly compared his injuries to falling off a bike instead of being thrown from a third-floor balcony. This man, Emmanuel Aranda, has been charged with attempted premeditated first-degree murder. His bail was set at $2 million. A mailing address has now been set up for cards and well wishes to the boy. Prayers for Landon, P.O. Box 43516. That's in Brooklyn Park, Minnesota, 55443-4200. Minnesota graduated more high school seniors in 2018 with the highest overall graduation rate in history. Nearly 56,000 seniors grabbed their diplomas last year, meaning 83% of the overall class is moving on to college, vocational school, or a career. The numbers are also improving for Minnesota's students of color. Data from the state education department shows graduation rates increased statewide for all racial and ethnic student groups this year. Over the past 5 years, African American students saw the largest increase. Governor Doug Burgum has formally signed into law a bill that will give more access to parents of victims through the juvenile court system. Natalies Law was introduced this legislative session after the parents of a 4-year-old, now 5-year-old, wanted to see change in the juvenile court system. The Struby family shared their story on social media on how the juvenile charged with raping their child multiple times was sentenced to probation and therapy. Natalie's mother says she felt let down by the justice system and left in the dark about most of the situation. Today, Natalie and her family close this chapter, but say their mission is much bigger.
Well, this fight isn't over. I mean, yes, we've jumped a huge hurdle with Natalies Law, but child victims, they still need a voice, and parents need to step up and they need to be that voice for their child.
Natalie's father says having to share Natalie's story is painful, but the process has also been therapeutic. West Acres Mall in Fargo is making some big changes in the coming months. They made an announcement today that they are collaborating with the Arts Partnership to bring aptitude to the mall. This will be an area for 20 individual studio spaces, as well as a kiln room. The space will be next to Best Buy on the southeastern side of the mall. It's being described as a community space for artists.
Individual studios that will be open to the public when we're open, and just an opportunity to have artists gather together, but also for the community to interact with artists and arts in general.
There will be 2 open houses inside the space on April 30th. They'll provide information for those interested in getting involved. A West Fargo school resource officer has been awarded with a Purple Heart. It was given to Dora Roll. The West Fargo Police Department says the Purple Heart is given to sworn officers who were seriously injured or wounded in the line of duty. Here's what happened. In October of last year, Roll saw a man push a woman into a West Fargo street. As Roll approached the man, he took off. She caught him, but he put up a fight. At one point, he fell on Roll's leg, breaking her ankle. Even with a broken ankle, she stayed in the fight, and a community member helped her get the suspect into custody. If you go to the gym on a regular basis or slave away during that spin cycle class and you aren't seeing the results you expect, it's not just you. Research says exercising may make you gain weight. A new study says it's because people overindulge after a gym session, believing they deserve it. Valley News Team's Maddie Gelseth found out what you should be eating before and after that sweaty workout.
After a workout, you may be thinking you deserve a reward. But experts say that type of thinking is self-sabotage.
It's more common than not where people will actually gain weight because they're thinking that they're doing way more than their body's actually burning.
That's why Smith recommends people to eat a fat, carbon, protein diet before and after a workout.
I do 3 eggs and then 2 egg whites, and then I do 2 slices of turkey bacon, and then I do a big old bowl of oatmeal.
Before, I usually have a banana with peanut butter and 2 hard-boiled eggs, and I have no answer for after. Whatever's there, that's what I eat.
But sometimes you do indulge in sweets after burning all those calories.
Self-control, though, it's hard. We live in a world that everything is out there. Cravings, everything, you see it, the eye wants it.
But starting at the grocery store and choosing healthy options can lead you into living a healthy lifestyle, helping you lose the weight you're trying to lose at the gym.
Being intentional and mindful at the grocery store with fruits and vegetables and having healthy snacks available, that's what you're going to go to if that's what is available.
Smith says eating a good source of nourishment helps you hit the goal you set for yourself, whether it's losing weight, getting stronger, or losing body fat. In Fargo, Mandy Jalseth, Valley News Live.
Quartz Plus also says be aware of how many calories you eat and burn because that can also help you achieve your weight goals. With more